Whether you want to admit it or not, hand form is everything when it comes to paper tuning. And I had a really interesting case happen this morning that is just perfect for a video. So how does hand form affect paper tuning? I've got the answer to that question perfectly mapped out on paper just by accident this morning. I had a guy come to my shop. He called me up, said he just wanted to get his bow checked over and do a paper tune with me. So no problem, comes over. He's got a left-handed bow. I can't shoot a left-handed bow, so he has to do it. I set it up so that his arrow rest was perfectly level and perfectly center shot. I know from experience that 9 out of 10 or more times when you do both of those things and the arrow is reasonably within spine, and we're going to talk about that too, you're going to have a bullet hole or very close to it if your hand form is good. But we were way out on the first shot, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what happened. It's really cool. So shot one, this is obviously way tail left. You can see that that's your impact point and that's where the tail follows. This is not good. But I know for a fact that when I set a bow up to be center shot and level the way this one was, that you might get something, more along the lines of this or this, but this was way out. So to me, that's either a spine issue or a hand form issue. Now, spine issues can cause this if you're way out. Like if you're shooting a 50-pound bow and a 250 spine, that can cause this type of stuff. This spine was out. He was shooting a 70-pound bow, 28-inch arrow, and a 400 spine. So you are a couple sizes too weak there. But I have something interesting, and we're going to get to that over here on shot number 3. So shot number 1, he took, and I could tell the hand form was off. I mentioned that, but not how to fix it. I said, just really pay attention to your hand form. And that definitely got in his head because shot 2 over here was inconsistent. Still showing that tail left, but a little bit less tail left. And now we're showing a bit more tail low. So that was just him getting in his head. I said, okay, forget anything. Forget I said anything. I want you to take another shot, your normal form, but I'm going to give you one of my arrows because my arrows would have spined really well for his bow, a 300 spine. So this was 400 spine, which was under spine, and this was a 300 spine. One of my arrows. I told him to go back to his normal form, don't let me get in his head, and you see almost the exact same tear as you did on that first shot. So that proves that if your spine is out but reasonably close, your paper tear can still be consistent. So 400 spine versus 300 spine, and this was at 70 pounds and 28-inch carbon to carbon. So that proves that spine is not the biggest factor when it comes to paper tuning. So we paused after shots 1, 2, and 3, and we did a form lesson, just hand form. That's it. Shot number 4, and we did not adjust anything on the bow. Shot number 4 was his first shot after that form lesson. Instantly, still a little bit tail left and a little bit low, but instantly from shots 1 and 3, which are really consistent, even shot 2, instantly we're getting closer to a bullet hole. So I had him take a few practice shots, really worked on his form with him there, just the hand form. Again, we changed nothing on the bow. This was shot number 5. Almost a perfect bullet hole, maybe a touch tail low. So from shots 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I did nothing on the bow. We changed arrow spine from shots 1 to 3. Didn't do anything. But we changed from shots 3 to 4 and 5. We changed the hand form. This was poor hand form. This was perfect hand form. So I just found that so interesting because I hear it all the time. People say, paper tuning doesn't work. I paper tune my bow. My broadheads don't fly. Well, if you would have improper form, like we did on shots 1, 2, and 3, and you paper tune based on that. So you're moving your arrow rest or your yokes or your shims or however you're tuning, moving them way over so that this now becomes a bullet hole, but you haven't changed your hand form. You're shooting with a torquey hand form. No wonder your broadheads aren't going to fly. Your bow is way out of tune. Your hand form is off and they're counteracting each other. And that's so common. Everyone wants to think they have perfect form, but I hate to break it to you, a lot of people don't. But it's so easy to fix. In a matter of 5 shots, we fixed this issue. So I don't talk a lot about form. I'm going to a little bit right now. I don't talk about form on this channel just because I think it's been covered so well by so many others on YouTube. But directly in relation to this, I'll tell you what I told my customer who came over this morning. So basically, the way I approach gripping my bow, and I'm going to use this Sharpie because it'll be easier to see than if I had a bow here. The way I approach gripping my bow is, well, first I get my release on my D-loop and I rest my bow on my hip like this, because you can let go of your bow in that position and find your grip. So that's how I start. Basically, if this is the grip of the bow, this Sharpie, I take my hand perfectly horizontal and I tilt it just a little bit. I don't know, what is that? 30 degrees, maybe. That's all I do. And then my hand is going to go into the grip like that and settle, just like that. And the big key here, you can see, I want you to really pay attention to where that Sharpie is sitting on my hand. Look at my lifeline if you can see it. I hope you can see it. The big key here is that you have the lifeline on your hand and then the rest of your hand. I say we have two muscle groups in your hands. The thumb muscle, which is on this side of the lifeline, and everything else, because I don't care about it. I don't care what it's called. Nothing on this side of your lifeline should ever be touching your bow grip. So when you take your hand almost horizontal, the slightest tilt, and settle into your grip that way, you can clearly see that nothing on that side of my lifeline is touching the grip. That's all I told this guy, and this is what happened. I would urge you to do this. If you think your bow is paper tuned, watch this part about hand form a few times over, really practice it, really settle in. And the big thing is that once you get it set and you lift your bow to draw, it doesn't adjust. I see it all the time that, okay, you got your hand form and then right when you draw, you adjust. Or as you get to full draw, then you make adjustments. Don't do that. Once your hand is in position, it should not move. And the other thing is that when you're at full draw, your fingers should be totally limp. There should be no fingers up or out. If you touch my fingers at full draw, they would be completely limp. So one thing I do is at full draw, I will touch my index finger and my thumb together, just lightly touch the tips of my fingers like that. It's just a mental check for me to remember, relax your front hand. Everything from here forward should be very, very relaxed when you're at full draw. So I would urge you, go shoot your bow through paper. If you think your form is perfect or not, go do it. But follow my hand position technique and just try it. Even if you think I'm completely wrong, just try it. This is what happened to us this morning, and I'd be amazed to see what you guys come up with using this technique. Thank you so much for watching.